Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Many of you know me from my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess. So I think those of you that have come over from that channel, and to also those of you that are new and this is the first time you are clicking on one of my videos, I also encourage you to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, for more content that I do have uploaded over there. So today's picker card reading for this channel, we are looking into an important message from your future self, especially helpful to those of you that are feeling a little bit lost, stuck, confused, not really knowing if what you're doing is the right thing, if you're on the right path, or you're just kind of wanting some type of direction. So we're going to be looking into what important message does your future self have for you at this time. And then for today's reading, we are going to be doing 3 piles. But the deck that we're using for these cards here is actually the Angelic Lightwork Oracle, and Leslie was kind enough to send in this deck for us to use. So we're going to be using that here today. So thank you so much, Leslie, for sending that in. So pile 1, you are going to be the Mookaite Jasper. Okay, Mookaite Jasper, and an important message from your future self, pile 1, with the Mookaite Jasper. Pile number 2, you are going to be this flower agate for pile 2, the flower agate. And then pile number 3, you are actually going to be this flower obsidian. Flower obsidian for pile number 3. Okay, so pause the video if you need a little bit more time. Important message from your future self. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, that is perfectly okay. Go with whatever your gut is telling you for this reading today. Pile 1 with the Mookaite Jasper, pile 2 with the flower agate, and then pile number 3 with the flower or floral obsidian. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi, pile 1. So those of you that resonated with the Mookaite Jasper and this little card here, which I said is going to be from the Angelic Lightwork Oracle. So we are going to look at this message a little bit later within the book, because this book does have a lot of really beautiful messages for that. So we're going to take a look at what you've chosen here. And you have card number 14, which says Banquet for the Soul, okay, as your future self's message for you. So we'll look into that a little bit later, but let's start off with your tarot, okay? What important message does your future self have for you? And I wanted to thank you guys so much for your patience. I let you guys know through the community posts that I was not feeling well. I was actually trying to recover from a really bad stomach virus that I had got right after I returned from Sedona. I don't feel like it was related to Sedona, but yeah, it was a lot to dealing with, you know, trying to not go through dehydration and all of that kind of stuff. So my electrolytes were like all crazy all over the place, making me feel really weak, really fatigued. So I thank you guys for your patience with that. I needed to take a break and really, you know, take care of myself. So here we are, our first pick a card of 2023 with an important message from your future self. So let's get to it. Pile number 1. What important message does your future self have for you at this time? What important message does your future self have for you? Okay, so we're starting off, wow, strong with the Emperor energy. Okay, we've got the, wow, King of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this almost, I mean, I kind of like to think of this reading for some of you, like I said in the intro, kind of like as a little bit of a pep talk, because sometimes we feel confused, we feel lost, we feel like we don't know if what we're doing is the right thing. We don't know if we're headed down the right path. We don't know, like, if we're going to come out of some type of confusion or blockage or barriers that we're finding along our path with whatever it is that we're working through. So pile number 1, this is already starting off with some really strong energy here for you. We have the Hanged Man. So what important message does your future self have for you? 7 of Cups. Okay, so many of you that chose this pile with the 7 of Cups could be feeling a little bit maybe confused, overwhelmed, have many different choices, options, things that you're really wanting to work towards within your life, okay? I'm seeing that you do have the 9 of Swords at the bottom. So many of you could be dealing with anxiety, thinking about the future. What's going to happen? How's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Like all of that being consumed with all of those thoughts. And so that can lead to, with the 7 of Cups energy here, a lot of confusion, a lot of dreams, a lot of ideas that you might be having and kind of questioning, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? You know, which way am I going? Which am I supposed to choose? And what I feel like your future self is really telling you here is for you to take a pause, take a break with that Hanged Man energy, because with the Hanged Man is about us having a change or a shift in perspective. And sometimes we are literally needing to take a break. We're needing to take a step back, or we're needing to change and shift our perspective. And if right now you are in this perspective, let's just say, of anxiety, fears, doubts, worrying, right? This energy isn't really serving us to give us the clarity that we need to be sure about what that path looks like ahead, what choices we're making in order for us to kind of move ahead in a very productive way. And so what I feel like your future self is really wanting for you is to be able to kind of clear away any type of fears and anxiety, because I do feel like your spirit guides, ancestors, guardian angels are really kind of coming through with some very powerful messages for you, right? If you look at all of these birds, how they're just kind of like all around her, circling around her. And to me, it's kind of like your spirit's guide's way of trying to get your attention and trying to help you to say, you know, like, don't worry, stop stressing out. So it's kind of like your future self here is like saying, pay attention, right? Try your best with trying to work on grounding your energy. I feel like first and foremost, so that you are being in tune. And I'm just kind of getting another message here too. Some of you, this could even involve moving, relocating, some type of big change here. I feel like I'm noticing that right behind her, there's this bed, like this headboard, and there's a pillow here on the floor, on the outside in the floor. Some of you, I feel like quite literally, this can be talking about some type of change. Something that's not clear about that, because I'm also noticing there's a lot of clouds here. There's a lot of clouds, which to me is creating confusion for you. Something you're feeling confused by. Maybe feeling indecisive, just overwhelmed with the 9 of Swords. This is kind of like when we're overthinking things, lots of anxiety, lots of fears, lots of worrying. And I'm almost kind of feeling that your future self, I feel like the biggest risk here is indecision. Indecision, because the 7 of Cups energy can be when we have, or we're feeling overwhelmed with many choices, many options, and not all of those options that we have are going to be what is best for us, right? Sometimes we can feel like, okay, if I make this choice, if I make this move, and it turns out not to be great, right? Not to be the best for us. So I feel like a lot of this with the Hangman energy is kind of just getting ourselves into that place where we can take a pause, take a break, so that we are able to gain those clear messages from Spirit to be able to make the right choice, the right decisions for us. And so with the Hangman, this is, for some of you, it's a period of limbo, stasis, stagnancy, because of indecision, because of fears, right? So it could quite literally be that you feel that your life is stuck right now, or you're stuck in limbo, you're stuck feeling indecisive or worried or anxious about some type of choice or decision that you're having to make. And in order for you to kind of flourish and grow and evolve, this requires us to see a situation from a new perspective, a new vantage point, so that we are able to, I feel like, observe our own thoughts. You know, for some of you, this is an energy of surrender, right? This could be your future self telling you, surrender, let go, just trust the way in which your spirit guides, your ancestors, your spirit team is leading you, right? Because this is basically when we kind of just let it all go. We stop fighting, we stop, overthinking things, and we're just still, right? But for some of you, it can quite literally be that you have been stuck in that hangman energy for a long time, and it's time to take action. It's time to step into that role of making a decision and start helping yourself to lead towards whatever it is that you're working towards trying to manifest within your life. So this is kind of like us just taking a moment's pause, which could be useful, right? To help us to gain the clarity to be able to create some type of a plan for ourselves, okay? Those of you, though, that have been stuck in that hangman energy for too long, that is where your higher or your future self is wanting you to change and shift your perspective, okay? Because I'm seeing these two powerful energies here with the Emperor and the King of Wands. The King of Wands is really your future self wanting you to be more confident in yourself, okay? Because the King of Wands is a very, very powerful energy of passion and of goals and dreams and creativity and the desire, the passion, the drive that we feel inside of ourselves to get things done. Okay? It's about us really becoming our own leader in our life and knowing that we have the potential to, state what our goal is and be able to take the action that is required in order to make that goal happen. Right? So those of you that have been kind of stuck in that period of stasis, no action, no movement, that is where your future self is wanting you to let go of the anxiety, I feel like, and the indecision, the feeling clouded, the feeling confused, the feeling overwhelmed, because the worst decision you can make is no decision, where you end up staying stuck, right? And here we are, January 2nd, 2023, and I'm sure, we've thought of a lot of plans, a lot of things that we want to be able to achieve and accomplish this year, and how we want this year to be better and more grounded and, to strive for having better, right? More abundance, more prosperity, more stability, more security, or to kind of bring in different things within our life. So the greatest, I feel like, issue is lack of decision, right? Indecision, where we allow our fears, our anxiety to block us from achieving what it is that we really want to. So this King of Wands energy is very powerful. It is about stating what you want, how you want it, why you want it, and going after it, right? You have the Emperor energy here. Both of these masculine energies, the King of Wands, the Emperor. So many of you, this could be stepping into that role of the masculine, that your future self is wanting you to feel confident enough to be able to do that. The Emperor is about keeping ourselves focused, disciplined. It's about structure. It's about foundation. It's about strategy. It's about planning, right? Staying organized, staying disciplined with whatever this is that we're working towards. Because I feel like your future self is letting you know that if you continue to embody, or you do step into the role of embodying the energy of both the Emperor and the King of Wands, this is going to lead to this 10 of Cups, okay? And that 10 of Cups is you feeling completely fulfilled. So it's basically telling you, do not give up. Do not allow your fears, your anxieties to block you or stop you from you achieving your 10 of Cups, whatever that 10 of Cups is for you. Okay? For some of you, it could be, saying, I've always wanted to live in this country, or I've always wanted to live in a different country. I've always wanted to live in the mountains or by the beach, or I've always wanted to live and have my own business, or I've always wanted to do this thing, right? So this is your future self telling you here, this is possible for you, right? This is very much attainable for you. These are two very powerful energies, the King of Wands and the Emperor. So it's about passion, it's about drive, getting things done, which is basically your future self kind of giving you a little kick in the pants, you know, to step into this powerful energy and to not allow those fears and worries and anxieties of how something's going to happen and how it's going to work. The important part is going, right? And sometimes we need a little bit of that break, especially when the anxiety gets too high, or we start thinking and overthinking and we feel so blocked and so stuck that sometimes it is that we need to take a break. We take a little vacation. We take a little bit of a pause to kind of help us, to give us that reset. So we start to see something from a very different perspective that we may not have seen before because we were consumed with that anxiety, right? And during this, also for me, this time that I had to take care of myself. And during that time, you know, coming to the close of 2022, where I was like, okay, here I am. I'm running 2 tarot channels. I have, you know, my business that I'm running here. What is my next step, right? How can I create and kind of streamline these processes for myself? Like, you know, so it's like you all go through the same thing, whether that be for the plan that you have for yourself, for your business, or for a career, or for going to school, or for creating more abundance in your life, or more happiness, or more joy. We all are at that place where we feel like this with that 9 of Swords. The 7 of Cups, having dreams and visions and things that we're wanting to accomplish for ourselves. And sometimes the universe will force us to take a break, take a pause. And that was something that I also recognized when I got sick, when I came back from Sedona. As I was like, okay, I know I've been doing too much, right? And it's kind of like the universe just forces you to stop and to take a break and to really reevaluate things, you know? So some of you, it can be that you've been working and working and working, and it's kind of like you lose sight of where you're headed, where you're going, what your goals are, the things that you've already achieved. And this is now time for you to really think maybe even of like new plans and things like that. And noticing that as she's kind of hanging upside down here, there's all of these little sacred symbols that are kind of floating around her headspace, right? The crown. And so the Hangman is also a very spiritual energy. It can be when we really gain enlightenment from being able to perceive something from a different perspective, and we will not go back to that old way of thinking, an old way of seeing things, because of the way that our spirit team has really helped us to evolve and grow, right? It's kind of like we feel stuck, we feel lost, we feel confused, we feel blocked. And then all of a sudden we have this epiphany, we have this realization, and it just comes to us. And we're like, okay, now I can go and approach this goal, this thing that I want to accomplish, from a whole new way of looking at it. And that is kind of what your future self is saying, is that when you feel like you are in that place, when you feel anxious, you're overanalyzing, you're overthinking, you feel clouded, you feel confused, take a pause. Take a break, take a step back so you can really refocus on what those goals are that you have for yourself, and be confident in yourself and enough to be confident in your creativity, in your power, to be able to move towards that. But both of these energies here with the Emperor and the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is a very powerful, this is fire sign, they're actually both fire sign energies, okay? So Aries energy here, and then we also have potentially Leo, Sagittarius in that as well. So it's causing you to really step into, or not causing you, but to help you, to push you to step into that role of this passionate energy, and to be confident in yourself, right? To let those fears, fall away, so that you are working towards, like I said, whatever that 10 of Cups is or means to you, whatever it is you're wanting to create for yourself. So that's just kind of what I'm seeing for you as far as your future self's message for you at this time, is that if you ever come to that place where you are feeling a little bit confused, and I want to make sure this is going to fit in there. Let's see if I can do that. Hopefully when I edit it later, it doesn't cut it off. We'll put it like that. But yeah, it's like about your future self wanting you to step into your power, essentially, knowing that the 10 of Cups is possible. Okay? And the 10 of Cups is about us being the happiest we've ever been, that we could ever possibly feel. Happiness on multiple levels, right? We feel emotionally fulfilled and happy, right? So it's kind of like your future self is saying, keep going. Don't give up. Don't let the fears, don't let the anxiety block you or stop you. So this kind of makes me want to see what your message here from your future self. We have Banquet for the Soul, which is number 14. 14, there we go. Okay, so it says, the human relationship with the physical world can sometimes be confusing. From obsessive compulsive behaviors to addictions in relating, eating, and body image, and the projection of hopes and dreams onto the acquisition of objects. The marvelously complex human mind can pin its need for security and healing upon that which cannot provide it. This oracle brings you a message of healing and safety, a reassurance your needs can be met. You do not, or you need not fear that you shall be left alone, without love, connection, or affection. If you've been in a painful place of personal isolation and suffering, perhaps for a long time, this once heralds imminent relief. Reach out for support and do not give up on yourself or your healing path. You are so very close to a breakthrough. Okay, let's see if there's anything else with this. Okay, so we have healing, magic, and manifestation with Archangel Raphael. And so those of you that do like to work with the archangels, Archangel Raphael may be something that you do want to work with to help you along, I feel like, your healing journey. Okay. Let's see. So what I'm going to do, because many of you may not have this deck, so I'm just going to leave it open for a second. Okay. For those of you that want to kind of pause and read through the messages here. I'm not going to read all of this because this is a lot. Okay, so pause it if you need to so you can read through the extra messages that are there. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, and so here is the second piece to that. Okay. So yes, basically this is Spirit saying here, and if we notice reading through this, sometimes, because it says the complex human mind can pin its need for security and healing upon that which cannot provide it. Okay? The acquisition of objects, right? This is when we are saying to ourselves, we will be happy when we have this. We will be happy when we have that. Right? Placing that happiness into an object. And that object is not necessarily something that is going to provide happiness. At least our ego thinks and feels that it might, right? But this is about us feeling happy on an emotional level. Like I said, it's going to be different for all of you, right? For some of you, it can be, having your own business that you'll feel fulfilled with, or finding the love of your life that you're going to feel emotionally fulfilled with. But to me, this is also about you being in your power, right? You building up your self-esteem, your self-worth, your confidence within yourself. Maybe for some of you, you've been in this masculine energy for a long time, ruling with that type of energy. And maybe it is a little bit of a pause or a break, right? That you do take for yourself. So we're going to pull some more cards here to see what else is coming through. So we'll get one of these from the animal messages here. So what important message does your future self have for you? Pile number 1. What important message does your future self have for you? We have Vulture Spirit, and it says nothing is wasted. Okay, nothing is wasted. Meaning that sometimes when we feel super challenged, I feel like, or even like, let's just say we're in a place where we're not completely happy, we're not completely fulfilled. Even in that time and in that space, there is something that we are learning. There is something that's helping us to grow and evolve. So even when we feel like, okay, I've, been stuck at this job that I don't like for so long, or I'm stuck in this situation that I'm not really happy with. This is basically telling you here, nothing is wasted. Okay? Don't feel like you've wasted so much of your time on this, or wasted so much of your time on that, or, I wasted so many years working on this or working on that, and now I'm changing, now I'm shifting. This is basically your future self telling you here that every step along your path, along your journey, is useful. So choose to change and shift your perspective in the way that you look at the circumstances that you're either currently going through, or, some kind of process that you're kind of working through, right? We can hold gratitude for those things and begin to change and shift the way that we look at it, okay? Nothing is wasted is what your future self is saying. So pile number 1, what important message does your future self have? We have the voyage of the heart, and it says, love flows through you and to you. Okay? So to me, this is also a lot about your future self letting you know that you are a being, right, of love. And when we can really open ourselves up to receiving unconditional love from spirit, and also allowing that love to be something that we feel for the self, we can extend upon that energy towards other people, right? Love is the highest vibration of all, right? It is something that we're all here meant to learn, is what unconditional love truly is. And when we can hold that for ourselves, right, it fills us with a very loving, nurturing type of energy here. We have thriving, okay? And you also have forgiveness. So many of you, this forgiveness may be something that really helps you to release, especially for those of you that are healing, because Archangel Raphael is coming through with this message here, right? So many of you that do work with the archangels with healing, right? They may be things that you are healing from your past, okay? And this forgiveness may also be something that helps you to clear and remove blockages, right? It may even be, for some of you, what is the root cause of sometimes anxiety, certain fears that we have, certain doubts that we have within ourselves, right? That are blocking out our confidence or blocking out our self-esteem. So forgiveness may also be something that's going to help you to really work towards releasing a lot of that, those blockages that are there. And your future self here with thriving here, right? The way that I'm looking at this picture here is, we have a giraffe, right? And the giraffe, because it's so tall, it has a very different perspective of the world than we do, right? We'd probably come up to like right down here, right? So to me, looking at how this giraffe is kind of above the tree here, and there's all of this beautiful light that is kind of coming out there. To me, this is also you rising above whatever your current circumstances are, situations, certain fears, insecurities, and your future self wanting you to know that if you continue on this path towards your greatness, which is what this looks like, right? Don't feel defeated when there are certain things that come along your path. This is your future self saying here, nothing's wasted, right? Everything is happening for a reason. Things are working out the way that they're out because that's the way they're meant to, okay? So the thriving here is about you being able to grow, to evolve, and to find, like I said, set yourself on the path of that 10 of Cups energy here, right? Forgiveness, some of us could be holding on to a lot of resentment, anger, pain, things in which that we're needing to release so that we are able to allow ourselves to be and feel happiness again, right? And sometimes that healing is required, right? Your future self could be saying, maybe make a healing a focus for yourself. The release of things that you're holding on to, right? So let's get a last message for you. Pile number 1. What important message does your future self have for you? And we have intention. Okay? Intention with card number 22. So to me, this is also your future self wanting you. Like I said, many of you are needing to take that pause, to take a break. Okay? And the intention to me is you focusing your intention with that King of Wands energy. What is it that you want? What is it that you're working towards? What is it that you want to achieve for yourself that is going to lead you to your 10 of Cups? This could be your future self wanting you to focus on what those intentions are that you do have for yourself, and recognize when you are getting in your own way with that 9 of Swords, right? So to me, I'm looking at this little owl here that is in this field that is filled with these dandelions, right? Making wishes, dreams. So this is really your future self here set your intentions, right? Because this is something that is very much possible for you to thrive, to evolve, to grow, to, you know, to be and feel abundant and to feel emotionally fulfilled and happy. Okay? Which is something that your future self is saying. This is definitely possible for you to achieve this if you feel like you haven't gotten to that place just yet. Change and shift the perspective. If you feel like you're getting caught up in your head with that 9 of Swords, the 7 of Cups, and feeling overwhelmed and confused and indecisive, right? Like I said, the worst decision we can make is no decision, especially when we have certain goals that we're wanting to align ourselves with. Okay? And for many of you, maybe through the path of the heart, healing is really going to be something that helps you to kind of open up, right? Because for many of you, like I said, you could be holding on to old stuff here that is maybe creating insecurities, blockages for you, or not truly believing in yourself and in your power. And the more that you heal, right, the more you bring yourself back to whole, okay? Which is going to be something I feel like very powerful. So yes, your future self is saying, set your intentions, focus on what it is that you want, and do not be afraid of going after it, okay? In that King of Wands energy. So I'm going to leave it here for you, pile number 1. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the flower agate, this is going to be a reading, and we're going to take a look at what you have as a message from your future self. We have card number 44 with mother healing, okay? So that could be something that your future self is really wanting you to focus on. We will look at that message a little bit later. I want to pull your tarot first, okay? But that may be something that is super important that your future self is really wanting you to focus on healing. Some of you could be a mother wound that you do have, okay? It can also be a need for really healing and nurturing yourself, okay? So take that however that resonates. But it could even be maybe healing the mother line, ancestral, generational, of what your future self could be telling you is going to be very important for your path. Any type of mother wounds, okay? Like if we had a mother that wasn't present, you know, abandonment, emotional neglect, feeling rejected, whatever those wounds are for you, okay? So let's see, pile number 2. What important message does your future self have for you? Pile 2. What important message does your future self have for you? What important message does pile number 2 is? Look at that. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, which is healing. This is self-love, self-care. We have the Sun. We have Cancer and Leo. We also have the Chariot. What important message does your future self have for you? We have the King of Pentacles. Wow. 5 of Swords. And we also have the Queen of Swords. Let's see if we can get these in here. Okay, so we also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, and we also have Libra and Gemini. Okay. I don't know if this is all going to fit in here. Hopefully it does. Okay, so important message from your future self. And I'm also seeing that you guys have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about a new beginning, an opportunity for a new beginning. Okay, I am seeing, really, I feel like a blockage being here is that Five of Swords. Okay, and so this is, I feel like, an important message that your future self does have for you, because the Five of Swords can sometimes be about self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay, self-sabotaging thoughts. And this can be when we feel defeated in life, we feel challenged, we feel maybe even certain belief systems that we're holding on to that are creating blockages within our life. And sometimes it's our own thoughts, you know, us kind of getting in our own way with things. But I feel like your future self is wanting you to focus on freeing yourself from any of those types of thoughts, or the feeling of defeat, or feeling like there isn't anything that you can really do to change what your situation is. I feel like it's all in the way that we're thinking about things, okay? Especially for you, pal, too. Because you do have the Queen of Swords energy here, the Queen of Swords is a very clear-headed, an energy of I feel like precise, logical thinking about, and being very rational about things, right? The Five of Swords can definitely be something that is irrational thinking, because we're thinking worst case scenario, you know, all of these things that are making us feel very, I feel like, trapped in our own head, our own mind, and things that we feel like are a loss, right? We're looking at a situation from a place of perspective of loss. We've lost something, or you know, this is a need for us to really kind of look at where our thoughts are at. And I feel like your future self is kind of wanting you in a way to pay attention to your words and your actions, okay? Because this can be something that can really sabotage, or we can sabotage ourselves, right? So the Queen of Swords is all about clear thinking and about decisions and taking action and vision and planning, being straight to the point, right? Knowing what it is that we are feeling and what it is that we're wanting to express. We're wanting to create, I feel like, and be able to be in a clear headspace to be able to take action towards whatever that may be. Okay, so it's kind of like your future self is wanting you to, like I said, free yourself with the Chariot energy. It's all about willpower. And what I'm kind of seeing here is, because we do have the Five of Swords and the Queen of Swords, this is willpower that you're finding to move past or beyond any of those self-sabotaging thoughts. Okay? Because the Chariot is a very powerful, strong energy that is leading us to bring balance within ourselves so that we are able to move forward and make progress in our life towards success and towards... for many of you with the King of Pentacles here and the Ace of Pentacles, it could be surrounding abundance, committing yourself to long-term financial goals that you might have, your career. And so I feel like your future self is wanting you to pay attention to the words, the way that you, any negative self-talk, okay, is to be mindful of that. And that may even be, for some of you, the healing here could be a key, right, to you kind of resolving any of those thoughts that you might have. Maybe for some of you, not for all of you, of course, but being that we're starting off here with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is about a new opportunity. You have both the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups here. Some of you, that Ace of Cups could be a new beginning in love, a new start in love, being open to love. Maybe for some of you, it's surrounding, you know, not having found the commitment that you really want with someone and feeling very defeated, right? Feeling like, I'm not happy yet. Why am I not finding the right person? So your future self is really wanting you to focus on paying attention, right, to where your thoughts are at, and make sure that you're not sabotaging the self, okay? Being clear, being logical, being rational, staying focused on what it is that you have for your vision for the future. The Sun energy is about us feeling happiness, feeling abundant, feeling complete, okay? And about us being confident within ourselves to know that happiness, love, new beginnings, opportunities for stability, for growth, are definitely something that are within the realm of possibility for you. Okay. And that's kind of what your future self is wanting you to focus on at this time, is what are your goals? What is it that you're truly looking for? What is it that you're looking to build for yourself in the future? And know that, and to me, this freedom from the mind, from the maybe insecure or self-sabotaging thoughts, are really going to be something that help you to progress and to move forward into that chariot energy, where you do free yourself, right, from anything that could be potentially holding you back. And sometimes it is ourself. Sometimes we, are guilty of holding ourselves back because of our thoughts and where they're at. Okay. So I want to kind of see what other messages. Actually, let's do this one now and kind of see what this says. This is from the Angelic Lightwork Oracle. So let's see, 44. Let's see what this message has for you as a message, important message from your future self. One more. Okay, so we have Mother Healing. And it says, the Oracle of Mother Healing brings a message of a restored sense of self. In finding our place, our innate spiritual belonging and value within ourselves, our ability to claim our best path always unfolds. You are learning how to come home to your own heart. You are realizing that you have the capacity to love and be loved, and that you are enough. You are learning that you are divinely designed to be as you are. While you have dreams to accomplish and grand visions to bring about, your innate essence is a beautiful expression of divine love, just as it is. Your heart knows how to be a good mother to yourself and to others. You deserve to love and be loved. Okay? And that's kind of what I was saying with this Ace of Cups energy here is, a lot of this can be about healing and about self-love and about us first filling our own cup. Okay? So we have healing, magic, and manifestation with Archangel Uriel. I'm not going to read all of this message, but for those of you that want to just kind of take this a little bit further for yourself, I'm going to put this up here. You can pause the video if you need to kind of read through the rest of this message. Okay, so do that. And then I'm going to flip the page here, and here is the second part of that, okay, which is talking about mother healing. Okay, grandmother, mothers, children, feminine energies, right? And that first is what we're learning how to really work towards healing ourselves, right? So that we can make sure that we are in that energy to receive, right? Okay, so let's look at what your other messages are here. Pile number 2. What important message does your future self have for you? I'm also kind of getting this message of your future self wanting you to recognize just how abundant you truly are. Right? Just how abundant you truly are. How blessed, right? We have the whale spirit here, and it says, trust the great mystery. Okay? So this can be especially for those of you that kind of feel like you don't really know where you're at on your path right now. Maybe feeling a little nervous, like not knowing how things are going to play out, how they're going to work out. To me, this is about you learning to trust as well, right? Learning to trust, especially when we can fall into that Five of Swords energy where we feel defeated. Something didn't go our way, or there's challenges, there's conflict, right? This is about you trusting the great mystery of life, right? That we don't have to know all the answers and exactly how something is going to work out. We just have to trust and know that it is, okay? As long as we continue to kind of keep ourselves focused, grounded, okay? And have a clear vision. And when we're not feeling our best, especially in that Five of Swords energy, maybe it is a time for us to just kind of, really work on some healing, on some self-love, on nurturing the self, right? So pile number 2, what important message does your future self have for you? We have standstill. Okay. Now for some of you, this could literally be that you have been stagnant. okay? That you've been feeling stuck. And so maybe for some of you, it is those thoughts, right? So this is going to be a take for us to really take a look at where those thoughts are coming from, right? Dig a little deeper into the self to see, what is it that is keeping us stuck? Is it because we fear the unknown? Is it because we fear, what is next, or what's going to happen, right? So a lot of this to me is you removing yourself from that stuck energy, from the standstill. Some of you may quite literally need to take that pause or take that break to kind of be a little bit more mindful of how your own thoughts could definitely be holding you back, right? For some of you, it is maybe that need for healing and self-love that has been keeping you stuck, right? And that's a need for you to kind of really work on the self so that you are able to progress and move forward and free yourself from certain things that are holding you back. We have miracles here, and it says expect the wondrous to emerge. And we also have unknown territory here, and it says you are exactly where you need to be, right? So even though we may feel like we're not completely happy with where we're at on our path, there's a reason why we're there, right? There's a reason. So we have to kind of choose to look at it from a different perspective to say, okay, maybe there is something that my soul is learning in this space or in this place, right? And to continue to moving along our path, right? We have miracles here. So for many of you, it can be like questioning, like, how is this going to work out? How is this going to happen? But it's about us trusting that these miracles and this happiness is something that is possible, right? Learning self-love and healing may also be something that really helps to liberate you as well. So let's see here. Pile number 2, your last message. What important message does your future self have for you? We have unexpected visitors. Okay, that's an interesting one. Unexpected visitors. For some of you, this can even be, maybe there's going to be certain people that you meet or connect with that do come into your life, right? Many of you with this King of Pentacles energy, like I said, you could be really working towards your career goals, your financial goals, or have certain financial goals in place for yourself. And with the King of Pentacles energy being there, I feel like your future self is wanting you to know that you, whatever it is that you're doing right now, right? Especially if you're working on your career right now and you're just like, oh my goodness, this is so overwhelming. This is stressful. How am I ever going to make it? This is your future self saying it's happening. Right? As long as you continue to focus, I feel like with that Queen of Swords energy, to making decisions and not allowing yourself to kind of get stuck and caught up in that Five of Swords energy, that you are on this path of, for many of you, financial freedom. Okay? Financial freedom is the path that you are on, and it's definitely something that's happening to you. So if there are certain setbacks or delays or things of that nature, know that those things are happening for whatever reason, right? And just trust the process. Trust where you're at, trust the signs, and when Spirit will kind of give you those messages to move or to shift or to change, be open to receiving those messages. So I want to read a little bit more about this unexpected visitors. And this is from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Wow, look at this. It says, if you expect the unexpected, you'll be prepared for miracles. And you have miracles here. It says detours, surprises, and paradigm shifts. Expect the unexpected. No matter how detailed your plans are and how clear you believe the road ahead to be, there are times when the best plans are waylaid by unforeseen circumstances. At first, detours may seem inconvenient, but a surprise turn of events signals that the adventure of life is beginning to get interesting. No one can plan for synchronicity, for fate and destiny to meet, except Spirit, who knows what you can't comprehend for now. Life is full of surprises, so stay on your toes and enjoy this exciting new adventure you weren't expecting. There is a plan for your life that may not match up with your agenda. Okay? So it's us being open to whatever which way Spirit is kind of guiding and leading us towards, right? So when we have those delays or setbacks or change of plans, detours, trust that it's happening for our highest good. Okay, it's really what your future self is wanting you to know, that everything is going to work out. Okay, it may not be exactly according to your plan, but know that you are moving towards security, stability, abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, freedom, whatever that means for you, right? If it means freedom of the thoughts in the mind that are keeping you blocked, maybe that's what it is for you. But for others of you, especially with that King of Pentacles being here, that is something amazing, right? That is definitely something amazing. So I'm going to leave it here for you, pile number 2. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonated with the floral obsidian, this is going to be a reading. So I just want to take a look at what you have chosen here as a message, important message from your future self. We have card number 16 with unique well-being. So we're going to look a little bit later to see what that message has for you. But let's get your tarot out here. And then we're also going to pull some oracle messages. What important message does your future self have for you? Okay, pile number 3. What important message does your future self have for you? What important message does your future self have for you? Okay, so we have the Devil. It's only one card. Okay, the Devil. What important message does your future self have for you? We have the King of Wands. We have the Two of Cups. What important message does your future self have for you? We have the Tower in reverse. We also have the Page of Wands. Okay, so I am definitely getting this message here from your future self about some type of shift or change that is needed. Okay, some type of shift or change. For some of you, this can even be a need for releasing something, letting something go. And for some of you, that release could even be this Devil energy here. Okay, let's get one more. What important message does pile 3's future self have? The Queen of Swords. Okay. So I want to see what this Tower energy is in reverse, but the Tower is about release. This is about us needing to let something go. The Tower energy can come in as an epiphany, as a realization. And to me, with this Devil energy here, this could definitely be something that has been holding you back. Okay? The Devil can talk about fears, doubts, something that is restricting us or holding us back. Okay? And that could be a job. It could be a relationship. It can be ourself, our own way of thinking. So I am feeling a message that your future self does have for you is really wanting you to find balance, union within the self. Okay, with the Two of Cups, because the Two of Cups is a card of harmony, a card of balance. And I'm seeing how you do have the Page of Wands energy here. The Page of Wands is about starting down a new path, a new journey. And with the Queen of Swords energy, the Queen of Swords is about taking action, making a decision, a choice, being clear head, clear mind, a vision, a plan that we might have for the future. And with the Tower energy in reverse, it could be that there is something either that Spirit has trying to help you to release and you've been holding on to it, and something that you haven't let go of. So I do want to clarify that to see what it is for some of you. But this Tower energy in reverse is a need for us to take a look at what our current situation is. So it's, of course, general reading is going to be very different for all of you. Okay, but the Tower in reverse is your future self's way of saying, look at what your current situation is. Whether that current situation is a relationship situation that you have yourself in, a job situation, you know, whether or not you're happy with your career, that's a need for us to take a closer look. Okay, This can also be, for many of you, a need to stand up for yourself, a need for you to step into your power as that King of Wands, to take control, because that devil energy is something that you're starting off with here that is in control of you. That can be your own fears, that can be your own insecurities, that can be any unhealthy patterns of behaviors, attachments, addictions, codependency, right? And if you're coming in with this energy here of the devil, let's just say, for those of you, use an example as if you are someone who is codependent, okay? And the Tower energy is telling you a closer look at examining what your situation is. If you are someone who is codependent and, dependent upon someone else for your happiness, for your success, for your, whatever it is that you want, the King of Wands is the complete opposite of that. The King of Wands is about you being in your power, your own drive, your own passion, your own will to succeed into this powerful energy. So as an example, for those of you that have issues with fears and certain doubts and your own thoughts, self-sabotaging behaviors, patterns of behavior that block you, that can be a need that your future self is really wanting you to take a look at those, maybe those patterns of behavior, or how your addictions are getting in the way, or how any unhealthy patterns of behavior that you have, self-limiting beliefs that are blocking you, how your own fears are controlling you, right? Because it's kind of like your future self is wanting you to kind of step into this energy of the King of Wands, the Page of Wands energy here, and this is about taking action. So this is some type of action that is required that your future self is wanting you to take at this time. And maybe that is and requires you with the Tower energy in reverse, where this is standing up for yourself, where you actually play a role in the success of your own life. And maybe that requires you to step outside of that devil energy, to no longer allow it to manipulate and control you, but more so that you can be your own person. You can be independent. You can be strong. You can be powerful. You can be, this is a very powerful creative energy, with the King of Wands. The Page of Wands is also extremely spontaneous. It's all about adventure, all about discovery, trying something new, doing something new. So for many of you, it could be, stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? Which is what your future self may be wanting you to do. So I do want to clarify this a little bit further. Let me get my tarot deck again. So let's see here. I kind of want to see what the devil energy is, and also the Tower in reverse. Okay. And some of you, if you are kind of like, you're in situations like relationships, friendships, job situations, like business partnerships and things like that, that are not good for you. This is about you making that decision to really see this situation clearly and let it go. Release it. Stop trying to hold on to it. Okay, especially if you feel like it's an unhealthy situation for you, or not a good job situation. This is about you now being in control here, right? To take the lead, to taking action, to making decisions, to change what your current circumstances are. That's why with the Tower in reverse, this is a need for us to examine, right? Take a close look. That's what your future self is saying. Take a close look right now at what you have going on in your life. Is it in alignment with you? Are you holding yourself back? How can you play an active role in changing the circumstances? Okay, why is the Tower here in reverse? Five of Swords. Okay, so for many of you, this is going to be self-sabotaging thoughts, the feeling of defeat, okay, that Spirit is wanting you to, or your future self is wanting you to let go of. The Page of Pentacles is about planting the seed for something new. Okay, so releasing the self-sabotaging thoughts, releasing the I can't do it, or I can't make it through this, or this is your future self saying, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You've got that Queen of Swords energy, that King of Wands. The King of Wands is going to make it happen. Okay, and this is your future self kind of wanting you to step into that powerful role of that King of Wands and be more confident in yourself and your ability to create new beginnings, planting the seed for something new, right? Changing up, maybe say the way that you've done things in the past. Let's see what this devil energy is here. So we do have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have Capricorn. We also have Cancer energy here. What else? Aquarius. We've got Gemini, Libra, Queen of Wands. Look at that. Look at that. Queen of Wands. Let's see one more. Yeah, I almost feel like this, your future self, kind of in a way. We have the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. So this message from your future self, I feel for some of you, could be that there is something either within your inner child or within your past memories that has not either been healed, or it could be something that is affecting your level of confidence. Okay? And so because of that, it is almost in a way suppressing your confidence, your power. It's almost like, and I love how this is coming out here, because we have the Two of Cups. This is about you, like I said earlier, finding balance and harmony within yourself. And you have both the Queen and the King of Wands here. Okay? To me, I'm seeing this as your masculine and your feminine. This is your power here. Okay? But it's almost like this, the one side of it, the feminine side, the Queen of Wands, she is being muffled or hidden by this devil energy, right? So it almost makes me feel like there is this imbalance that your future self is recognizing within you, that your Queen of Wands is being hidden in this devil energy because of things from the past. This could either be inner child stuff, or this can be past things that you have gone through, past memories and things that have affected your power, that have taken your power away. Okay? So it's almost like your message from your future self is wanting you to reclaim your power, your energy, bringing balance and union within you, to be able to release and let go of those self-sabotaging thoughts that you have, to plant the seed for something new, to be open to something new, exciting, adventure, a new journey, a new chapter of life. But you are in control here, right? So it's basically your future self's way of saying is that if we want change, if we want, a life that is filled with balance, with harmony, with peace, with love, with new beginnings, it starts within you. And that is where your future self is wanting you to kind of reclaim your power here. And I feel like releasing yourself from the burdens of past memories, whether they be inner child healing that you need to do, or memories of things from past relationships, past friendships, past situations. Okay? Because the Six of Cups in reverse is when we are stuck in the past. We are living in the past. We're holding on to memories of the past, and those things are taking our power away. Okay? This is something that is blocking. So it could even be the feminine energy, or even block surrounding feminine energy that your future self is recognizing. So maybe that is even learning to love yourself, learning to be more confident in yourself, learning to feel more beautiful, working on your self-esteem, working on your self-worth, so that you are able to find that balance and that union within the self once again, right? Or even for the first time, if you felt like you've never had that within yourself, where you can feel confident enough in yourself to be able to create powerful change. And that is what your future self is wanting you to see, is to plant the seed for something new. So let's look at your message here, which says unique well-being. And that one is from the Angelic Lightwork. So let's see what your message says. Number 16. Okay, so this one says, what is it that you need to be well? Not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. That which suits the crowd might not work for you at all. You are guided to explore your options to find what works for your constitution, your body, and your mind at this time, knowing that your needs can change. How do you know when you are emotionally healthy or psychologically balanced? Do certain relationships undermine your physical health or your spiritual path? Which lifestyle or relationship choices enhance your well-being? You have enough self-esteem and enough self-love to make step-by-step changes to increase your happiness. Archangel Raphael wants this for you, okay? So those of you that do work with the archangels, This is Archangel Raphael coming in to help you to heal. Like I said, for many of you, it could be something that is affecting self-esteem, self-love, self-worth, right? But for you to be able to find that balance between both King and Queen of Wands both being present, to me, that is that harmony, that balance that's needing to take place within you. Okay? So those of you that do work with the archangels, I am going to open this up here. This is a really long little healing thing. But those of you that want to take this a little bit of a step further and take that time for meditating and stuff like that, I'm going to leave this open so you can pause the video and read through this. Okay? There is another page here, but take a second, pause it if you need to read that. And then we have the second part of this, which is this here. Okay, so if you want to do that little thing for yourself, intention, things of that nature. Okay, so let's pull the rest of these cards here and see what else. What important message does your future self have for you? What important message does pile number 3's future self have? What important message does pile number 3's future self have? Look at that. Butterfly spirit. It says transformation is beautiful. Okay, transformation is beautiful. So it's something your future self is definitely wanting you continue to focus on, is your transformation, your evolution. We have cleansing waters, and it says purification activates vibrant life force, right? So for many of you, this is clearing, right? Clearing that energy, and that clearing could even include removing yourself or certain people, situations, ways of thinking. Water is also something that is very powerful, right, for clearing. And that could be doing like a salt bath for yourself, clearing that energy. It could be going into, if you have the capacity to, going to a real body of water, going to a river, going to a lake, going to the ocean, you know, creating, like I said, a little bath for yourself, setting the intention that this bath is clearing, right, this energy, you know, whatever is available to you. You can even do it with a shower, right? And just set the intention that this shower is clearing this energy from me, right? Setting that intention there. So let's see. What important message does pile number 3's future self, this is coming out here. New beginnings. Look at that. Okay. So focusing on creating new beginnings, right? Transformation, leaving the past in the past, clearing the past. What important message does pile number 3's future self have for pile number 3? We have ride the wave. I love that. We have 2 little dolphins there. Ride the wave. And we also have the ghost land. So I'm kind of curious to see what these cards have. And these are from the Enchanted Map Oracle. So I'm going to look at these. There we go. Ride the wave. It says you can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. Wow. The tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all your talents, coupled with your hopes and dreams, will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. Okay? On the right path. So let's see, number 17. And it says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. It says whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing your footing, for rarely do the present and future match up exactly on the enchanted map that is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there, yet you can take measured steps toward a goal or dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. Okay, so that to me says a lot about your past energy here, right? Like I said, to me, it's kind of taking away the confidence, the self-esteem, the self-worth, and it's about you reclaiming your power and finding that union and balance within the self to create a different, new beginning for yourself, right? But it does require, your future self is saying here, it does require your discipline, your action, right? Your passion, your desire to change, to create change, to manifest change within your life. Okay, so I'm going to leave it here for you, pile number 3. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.